Morning, everyone. Cheers. Hope we're all doing well. Yesterday was in the world of FPL was absolutely mental, wasn't it? It feels like a lot happened. The title of this stream, I could barely fit in all of the stuff that we needed to talk about. So it says 44k overall, AM active, double game week 24 or 25, and it's a double game week this week. Absolutely insane. Let's turn that up a little bit. Is that better? Actually, no, we'll go down one. There we go. Loads of people in. Paul, good to see you. Bobbery Jackson, Liam, Admiral Allen, Seb. It's going to be very interesting, Keith. You're absolutely right. Bobby Tack, hi mate. Great to see you too, man. Top Bins has been waiting for hours. Well, man, I'm hopefully able to alleviate some of your stress. Bobbery did Trent to Gabriel and bought in Slot. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not sure I would have done that, to be honest. I'll show you my team, shall we? What a series of events. It's been mental. Here's how I'm shaping up. There's so much going on, I can barely fit my team onto a screen. But hopefully that... Oh, hang on. Not quite copied over. Bear with. I have to change my screens around a second. There we go. Whoa, hopefully that will stop bugging out in a sec. There you go. Yeah, here we are. So I've got Sales in goal. I've got one decision to make around my goalkeeper. Oh, I've just lost my bloody chat. Come on. One decision to make around my goalkeeper, basically. I could do pick Sales to Pickford or just keep hold of Sales. I'm of the mind to save my transfers. I've got 2 free transfers at the moment. I'm of my mind to save my transfers for potential double game week. Well, it's going to be a double in it in 25. Hall, Aina, Trent in defence. Rogers, Palmer and Bumo, Salah. Gakpo, Isak, Wood up front. And I've activated my assistant manager, David Moyes. I think this assistant manager chip has the power to be, or sorry, the potential to be the most powerful chip in the game. So I see, especially if you use it on a manager that gets kind of those bonus points. So if you just look at David Moyes last week when he beat Brighton 1-0, he scored 19 points from that one game. So, yeah. Bear with, I'm just going to sneeze. It's all good. We're alive. For some reason, whenever I put my really bright light on and start talking, it makes me want to sneeze. But yeah, that's how I'm shaping up. Oh, I sound like I'm quite loud on my microphone as well. Yeah, that's how I'm shaping up. Paul, I'm very well. I hope you're well too, my friend. Yes, EOM3. I think, given that there's 2 consecutive double game weeks going to happen, I just think for me it makes sense to use the assistant manager. I don't have my triple captain, so I don't really have that decision to make. And also, I really quite like the idea of if Villa double in 25, I quite like the idea of going from Moyes to Unai Emery. Because Moyes has Leicester and then an opportunity to score big points against Liverpool. And next week, Aston Villa will have Ipswich and Liverpool. So Ipswich obviously being a good opportunity to score points. And then the punt against Liverpool where he could get the bonus. I love that, Paul. Alex, good to see you, my mate. Nixie, absolute carnage. It's been so carnage. Oh, I've got tissue here. Bear with, I'm just going to blow my nose after that sneeze. Bear with. Two Alexes in the chat. Good to see you both. Carnage indeed. Slot for Gakpo from -8. No, just get Moyes in, mate. Good to see you too, FPL Boo Boo. Good to see you, my friend. -4, Trent to Slot. No, I just get Moyes. I've activated it, Nixie. It's on David Moyes, mate. It's on David Moyes. Yeah, I'm going big. I'm going big. Going for Moyes. God, Bobby Tack, that is tough going. Yeah, mate. I just get the assistant manager on Moyes for free. Yeah, I just use it on him. Do you think triple captain Salah? Everyone's saying, should they take a hit to get Arnie Slot in? Well, if you need to take a hit to get Arnie Slot in, why wouldn't you just get David Moyes? Do you know what I mean? I think David Moyes, with the points potential that you have, I just think go for David Moyes. And also, I'm not sure the Liverpool fixtures are that good either. You know, Bournemouth away, literally are the form team in the league right now. And then Everton, it's the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. I think Moyes can do quite well. He scored 19 points last week against Brighton, don't forget. Liam's off to Oxford. I hope we win for you, mate. I guess it's not too far to go on the coach. I hope you have a good time there, man. The old Liam Manning derby. Oh, I've been getting quite, excuse me, I've been getting quite annoyed at Bristol City this week. I can't believe how many players we're letting go and also not signing anyone. It's absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. I'll just pull up a tweet that looks at double game week 25 in a bit more detail as well. So we'll just do that a sec. So there we go. So here's Rob T FPL, who puts together betting data to help you with FPL, basically. And what we've got here, I'll just make that. There we go. So in terms of likelihoods of results, the most likely scenario based on the odds of the Carabao Cup games happening are Villa and Liverpool having a double game week next week. That's 60.3% likely according to the betting odds. Fulham and Spurs to have a double game week is 25.3%. Villa, Liverpool, Arsenal and Chelsea to double is 10%. And Fulham, Spurs, Arsenal and Chelsea is 4.2%. So those are the current odds to make the EFL Cup final. Yeah, Liverpool are quite heavily back to make that one up. Move that away. So I just thought it was quite interesting. I quite like it, top bins. I think it makes things exciting, to be honest. And absolutely, Liam. I mean, we've got what? We play a back three and have 3 centre-backs. It's crazy, isn't it? Seb, I rate it, mate. Yeah, the only transfer decision I'm thinking about, Nixie, is potentially doing Sells to Pickford. But with a potential double game week coming up next week, I might want to save my transfers. For example, if Aston Villa have a double game week, I might do Isak to Watkins. And also, yeah, I'll use one on my assistant manager as well. I want to keep my options open for next week. So I think I'm going to keep hold of Sells and I'm not going to make a transfer. I think I'm just going to bring Moyes in. -4 Wood to enjoy to get funds for assistant manager Moyes. You know what? I actually don't hate that. Well, for me, I'm already on triple Liverpool. I think Trent, Salah, Gakpo is the best 3 Liverpool. I didn't have enough cash in the bank to get Slot. So that kind of made my decision on David Moyes. And also, I just don't think there's much between the two either. And in terms of Alex's question there, I would play the assistant manager over the triple captain this week. I would. I think the triple captain's an overrated chip, to be honest with you. I don't think it's very powerful. Whereas right now we've got 2 double game weeks guaranteed in a row. It's just a question of which teams are going to double. So I think you just have to get We just have to get the assistant manager on this week. And yeah, the Slot v Moyes, it makes sense. I mean, both of those managers suit different people's needs, right? And I personally think he could get a result in the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. I think he could. And I also think he could beat Leicester. So I'm quite content. And yeah, I'll do a manager transfer next week as well. I think it's definitely worth using the transfer on these assistant managers. I really do. It's all a bit funky, isn't it, Harmony? It's all to do with TV rights and scheduling, and yeah, I don't want to get too much into it. Sound like a conspiracy theorist, but yeah, there's definitely some dodgy goings on around scheduling for sure. I'm just going to refresh because I can't actually see the chat anymore. It froze. And yes, exactly as FPL Diamond has said, if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like on the stream and subscribe to the Goal and Goal channel if you haven't already. You can take part in the chat. I think I would go David Moyes if you had to take a hit for Arnie Slot. I really do. Yeah, -4. I would get David Moyes ahead of Arnie Slot. I'm going to put it in the chat. I'm going to put that in the chat. Take a hit to get Slot. I'm going to pin that as well because that's a common question we're getting. Good morning, Jamie Bird. Gordon to Semenyo. I would not be doing that transfer this week, Mazdan. I would not be doing that transfer. I think you've got way bigger priorities this week. Yeah, not acceptable. We've got 104 people watching. So yeah, I'd appreciate it if you could leave me a like rating. We'll see if we can get a couple hundred likes by the end of the stream. 200 likes. I would go Moyes assistant manager, mate. I think assistant manager over triple captain for me this week because there's 2 double game weeks in a row. You've got plenty of opportunities for the rest of the season to use the triple captain. Sujan, I don't know. I guess I haven't watched many other content creators because I was really busy yesterday afternoon, to be honest. So I didn't get a chance. But why are people so negative about David Moyes? He's just beaten Brighton 1-0 at home, scored 19 points. He's got Leicester, who are one of the worst teams in the league, and then Liverpool he's got a free punt against to maybe get the mega points. I'd go for Moyes, mate. And I don't know why you're worried about Gakpo either. Gakpo's amazing. Well, yeah, but they beat Brighton and Dominic Calvert-Lewin being out. I mean, is that really that bad? No offense. James, I'd not take a hit, to be honest. I just use I think using transfers on assistant managers is huge. Slot will win the next 4 games and gather 30 plus points over that too. How can Moyes? Well, how do you know that Slot's going to win the next 4 games? How do you know that? You know, I just think it's, and the points available for someone beating a team 5 places higher in the league is just I think the points available are so big you may as well go for it. No one can guarantee me that Liverpool will win both the games. If you were with 2 from Liverpool, would you pick again Moyes? If I only had 2 Liverpool and I could afford him, I would probably go for Arnie Slot. But, you know, I'd just give it Moyes if you had the opportunity to. Neil's good to see you. I like that. It's 3:35 a.m. for FPL Diamond. Thank you for the support, mate. I should do in real live streams. I have done a few in real live streams, actually. I have, you know. Sally, good to see you. Yeah, I went on holiday to Venice last year. Did a few FPL streams, walking around the canals of Venice. I don't know if anyone can remember the Venice streams. that are in the chat. And I'm going to Florence in a few weeks' time. So I'll do a couple of... if anyone fancies joining me for a couple of streams in Florence, I'll do that. Triple Liverpool gang. Yeah, exactly, man. Would you get Moyes for another hit? If you're from Florence, mate, give us a shout on... hang on. If you're actually from Florence, give us a shout on Twitter. And we can grab a coffee if you fancy it, mate. There you go. Hit me up on Twitter. Mohammed, not doing team reviews just yet. There's so much mentalness going on that we got to talk about it first. Taking the fiance. I don't have a fiance, mate. I'll be traveling solo, man. I quite enjoy traveling on my own, to be fair. You can always meet people in these countries. Nanzing, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. 1.7 in the bank, 2 Liverpool players. Would you do Gakpo in, Wood out, and get Moyes? Or just get Slot in, everything's for free? I would personally get Gakpo and Moyes, I think. I have absolutely no idea, top bins, how many points they'll get. If we just look at the rules, right? I'm just going to look at the rules. Because this should help people. Scoring. Where's his manager? Is there a manager scoring in here? Where's that manager scoring? FAQs, it's in here, isn't it? Yeah, so I just think there's so many points available. To get 6 for a win, 3 for a draw. So if Slot wins both of his games, it's 12 points, right? But if you... It's just insane. You get so many bonus points. So you get 10 points for a win. You get as many points for a draw as you do for an Arnie Slot win, basically, for Moyes. I just like the points potential for managers that play higher teams, basically. I think it's worth going for a low on. David, Riot and Lewis to Pickford and Timber. I think, Alex, you should, mate. I'm not sure I'd do that, David. I think I'd... Do you need to... I just do Riot to... I think I'd do Riot to Pickford, to be honest, mate. I'd forget about it. I'd probably keep Lewis. Are you going from Moyes to Slot? Sally, I'm not sure. I think I'll probably get Unai Emery in, to be honest. I think I'll probably get Unai Emery in. It all depends on how Liverpool are shaping up and performing, though, to be honest. They got a lot of fixtures coming up. So if they get like a boatload of injuries or whatever, it's hard for me to commit to that right now. But to be honest, I don't actually think I'll have the budget to get Arnie Slot in either. So I'll probably go Moyes to Emery because that's all I can afford. Cameron, no, I wouldn't do that. I also don't feel it's that chaotic, to be honest. Yeah, I'm pretty chill about it. We got Moyes in. I'm very happy. 2 free transfers, which will be 3 next week. It's all good. Someone said I got cute ears. Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. My ears are what they are, man. So I appreciate that. Can Everton get table bonus against Leicester? No, they won't, mate. But I do think they'll win the game. Insane Gamer, that's exactly what I'm thinking of doing, mate. Would to enjoy and bring in Moyes all for free. I wouldn't sell Chris Wood for Enjoy because you have to then keep Enjoy, but I would definitely get Moyes in. I'd probably move Raya to Pickford for a free. I probably would do that, which is annoying because he might double next week. What do you think of Triple Captain 24, Slot or Emery 25? I think if you're gonna, I just think you've got to use it. The Triple Captain you can just use later on, Sally, in my mind. You've got 14 game weeks where you could, well, not 14 if you use the assistant manager, because 3 are blocked out for using the assistant manager. But genuinely, I think there's going to be another couple of double game weeks later on in the season. Like as Diamond says, game week 23, plenty of time to use it then. I think when you've got consecutive double game weeks, absolutely go for assistant manager in my mind. There's not really much to see in my bedroom, to be honest. I might do a room tour at some point. It's a little bit messy at the moment as well. Also, if I did give you a room tour, it would immediately dox me because there's a big sign outside my flat that you could quite easily Google and find out exactly where I live. So I'm not going to do that, actually, thinking about it. I missed. A Crown and Ethan Perez the same person. Honestly, people commenting on my ears does not bother me at all. You can talk about my ears all day long. It doesn't bother me. Is Moyes a risky pick? Yes, but I just think with David Moyes, the points potential is there. Yeah. I also don't have the cash to get slot in either. Laura, good to see you. Thank you, Duncan. I appreciate that. I hope you're well. I'm really sorry, mate. I have so many names that come into my chat. Are you the chap that lives in Bristol? I hope you're doing well if that's the case. I'm pretty sure it's you. Sorry, I haven't been. If it is, I'm sorry I've not been able to join you for a beer so far. As you could hopefully tell just by looking at my channel, I've been so busy over the last few weeks. It's just not had a chance. You can send me $5, Ethan, and I won't sing a KSI song. How about that? Sub Jacob Murphy for João Pedro today. I'd probably start Murphy. Are you going to bring in any Bournemouth? Well, I've already got Semenyo. It's quite annoying because with a double in 25, I just don't see why I'd get Bournemouth in over double game week players. Although I really want Cliver in my team. If you had to, yeah, I'd go for Slot if you got the funds. Why not? I just quite like the idea of having triple Liverpool and Moyes. I think that combination is a bit better, in my opinion. Who do you think will get more points? Gakpo, Moyes, Wood and Slot. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate that. Gakpo and Moyes, mate, I think. Fans from Israel, thank you, mate. I might buy Ouattara for Szoboszlai so I can get Slot, but after last week's performance, I can't bring myself to get rid of Szoboszlai for the double. Yeah, just keep Szoboszlai, mate. I'll send you $500. Well, send me the money first, and then I'll decide if I want to. I appreciate the dollar, Ethan. Thank you, my friend. Hope you're well, by the way, Sally. I didn't ask that. Hope all is well with you. Would you bring in Watkins? I probably would, yeah. If he doubles in Game Week 25, I'd bring him in. Would you bring in Watkins? Oh, sorry, I've already answered that. Third consecutive game week I'm benching Kirkez. Yeah, but it's Liverpool, mate. What's the difference between 4 fixtures and 5 fixtures in terms of, well, you just get an extra game to score points, don't you? Cliver or Semenyo? For me, probably Cliver. I know I've got Semenyo, but I've had Semenyo for a long time. I'd probably have Cliver if I was buying one now. Who would you bench between Rodgers, Ahmad and Wood? Gut feel is Ahmad there, mate. Yeah, you're always going to be scared of having one of those players on your bench, though. Pick 3 this week. Cliver, Rogers, Ahmad, Wood. I would have Cliver, Rogers, and Wood, I think. Madge will send $2 if you say yes, Paul. There you go. Cement, yeah, I've already answered that. Good morning, play Munoz and bench Gabriel. I think I had this decision to make with a friend's team, and I was really torn on Munoz v Gabriel. I genuinely flip a coin on that. I'd also ask the chat, what does the chat think about Munoz versus Gabriel this week? Munoz has got Man United. Gabriel's got Man City. Wood to Wissa for Moyes. Yeah, I don't hate that, you know. I don't hate that. Especially if you don't need to take a hit. Play 2, Greaves, Robinson, Hall, Munoz. Munoz and Hall, I think. Do I take Virgil out for Gakpo? No, I'd keep Van Dijk. I think if Liverpool double next week, you'll be quite happy to have Van Dijk as well, because he'll just play every game. Enjoy or Wissa for Gakpo. Oh, mate, I wouldn't get rid of Gakpo. I'd just keep Gakpo, mate. Do not get rid of Gakpo. I don't know why you want to get rid of Gakpo. Seems mental to me. If you've got Gakpo in your team, I would not get rid of him. Play Rogers or Cliver? I'd probably play Rogers. Hall, Davies, Robinson, Emerson. Played 2 of them. Lewis Hall. Oh, God. Lewis Hall and Leif Davis. Go on, Lewis Hall, Leif Davis. Would you sell Konate for free? No, I just get David Moyes. What about bench between Rogers and Ahmad? I play Rogers, I think. Sarr or Kulusevski? Kulusevski for me. 2 continuous. Could be Fantasy FC. We don't know for sure yet because it relies on games in the cup playing out that we just don't know the results of yet. Take a hit for Gakpo. I don't understand that question, Wins. Already tripled up on both Everton and Liverpool with a -4 hit. Would you -4 again? Bloody hell. No, I probably wouldn't, to be honest. If you're already tripled up on both, I think you should probably leave it. Cortex, good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I think I saw your profile on Hinge. Brilliant. Bro, so you live in Florence, yet you've seen me on Hinge. Interesting. Sorry to blaspheme. This is a bloody nightmare. That is absolute blasphemy, mate. I would probably I'd probably just use the assistant manager on Moyes if you're tripled up on Liverpool, mate. Tunku, I'm on David Moyes, man. You can see it in my team. It's definitely a go. People were different pre-8 AM. Yes, they are, mate. Yes, they are. There's some interesting people in the chat this morning. It's quite entertaining. Rogers or Gordon to start this week? I'd probably start Gordon because he's at home. Oh, Lee. I wish I could answer. Does anyone answer that question for Lee? My brain is absolutely fried on doubles at the moment. Cortex, totally cool, man. Taking -4 for removing Gakpo ahead of double seems mental. I think, yeah. I mean, I told you that, mate. I think it's crazy. Are you doing a reaction? No, I won't be around this evening. But I'll do a video. I'm busy this evening, but I will definitely have a video coming out. And I'll do a reaction thing tomorrow morning for sure. Tottenham signing Tomori. I like that. I like that a lot. That's a really good move. Double Liverpool or sub Tim. Double Newcastle or sub Tim. I like double Newcastle, mate. Fulham at home's a good fixture. Kirkez or Greaves or gut feels Kirkez. I think, yeah, I'd probably go Kirkez. I sold Haaland last week, mate. I told Harlan last week, I think you should use the assistant manager, Cortex. Harsh it, I think you should use the assistant manager rather than triple captain. Well, Laura, you don't need to use a transfer in order to get your assistant manager in, first of all. If you could possibly use that transfer to give yourself enough funds to get David Moyes, that's how I'd look at it. I just think this week, with 2 doubles on the line, I just think the assistant manager is the play for me. Well, James Carr, all you got to do is look at my team to know the answer to that. To make your name blue, you have to become a moderator, Paul, and I've not seen you in stream before, so I'm afraid I don't think I can trust you with that responsibility just yet. I wouldn't worry, Cortex. I think you should play the assistant manager and wait for the bench boost. I don't think there is going to be a better opportunity to use the assistant manager than right now, personally. But other people might have different opinions, and that's what the game's all about. Barbary, I have no idea what that says. Sorry, mate. At 8 o'clock, by the way, we'll do the quiz. So in 7 minutes, we'll do a quiz. We can all take our minds off the absolute chaos of FPL and do a quiz. Be the other way round, Sujan. Watkins will be very popular next week. Mate, you can't be bringing in an absolutely brand new player. That's for sure. But I think he could be good. I just wouldn't pick him. Do you listen to Frank Ocean? I don't. It's not really my kind of music, mate. I find him a little bit boring, I've got to say. A couple of his songs are good, but most of them are just a bit boring for me. Gordon v. Rogers is a tough one. I'd pick the home player, mate. I'd pick Gordon. Ivan, sure, but you could... I just like the thought of... swapping between my favourite picks. I think Moyes to Emery is the good way to go. I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna put... There you go. That's my thoughts on RD slot. Only messing. I've got leg day as well, mate. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing leg day on Arsman Day. So, you've got to play the Arsman chip when you're doing leg day, right? What should I do? Confused between Mbumo and Wissa. Don't know what to do. Get Mbumo, mate. He takes penalties. Diamond in if I don't use my Arsman. We have to refer to it as Arsman now, by the way. And it's not offensive either because it's what it's called. What's up, Top Bins? Are you injured? What's going on, man? I had a good session in the pool yesterday as well. I did my fastest ever 50 freestyle in training last night. So that was good. And I hit a PR on bench press as well. I did 95 kilograms. I'm not really much for a bench presser because last year I did my rotator cuff. But we've nearly hit the magic 100 kilogram bench press. We're nearly there. That was one of my goals for this year. I reckon I could have done it as well. I was just I was being cautious because I was on my own. I didn't have a spot. But I reckon we're close to it. Cortex, you've got to go David Moyes. Bro. Top Bins. Stop being lazy, man. Get in the gym. I want to see you get in the gym today. And I want to see you message me on Twitter at GoldenGoalFF to tell me you went to the gym today, mate. Oh no, Cortex, we're not PRing every week, don't worry. I haven't, to be fair, up until Thursday, it had probably been 2 weeks since I actually did a bench press. Lucy, I love to see it. That sounds great. I just think there's so many points available for the ass man. You've got to do it. Just be I'm a swimmer, mate. So that's what I'm training for. Gameweek 35 is a great opportunity for the triple captain on Salah. However, FOMO into the arse, man. I'll try and get in this evening and let you know. No, it's not a case of trying, mate. It's not a case of trying. Just do it, man. If you want it enough, you'll do it. It's all a case of how much do you want it. Chest reveal. There will be no chest reveal on stream, mate. 95 kg, I don't even think is all that impressive, to be honest. I'm a swimmer, so most of my strength training goes on my back because I don't really need to use my chest. But yeah, chest reveal. I'm not going to do that. 230 people watching. Exactly, mate. We've got to get some more likes in here. How many have we got at the moment? It's nearly time for the quiz as well. Trossard or Martinelli? Neither, mate. I'd have neither. What's the logic for triple Liverpool and Moyes? Well, I already had triple Liverpool last week, so that's kind of made my decision. And also, I think triple Liverpool plus Moyes is better than 2 Liverpool plus Slot, if that makes sense. See where I'm coming from? Also, I don't have the cash to get Slot in either. Cortex, I'll probably switch to another double game week player. Yeah, I know. We got some horny devils in the chat, haven't we? Chess reveal 100k subs. Interesting. We'll see, man. Marco, I'd appreciate that, mate. It's really hard to do the math because it's all predictions, but that's my opinion. No, I don't think Chelsea will be mid-table. I think they'll finish 5th or 6th. Good to see you, Arav. Lee, get on David Moyes, mate. Get on David Moyes. Bear with. I just need to grab a tissue, if that's all right. I'm getting so excited, I need a tissue. You've got Twanzebe? Yeah, I'd start Twanzebe. Why not? By the way, if you hear any dodgy noises, that's me blowing my nose, not farting, I promise. Someone caught me blowing my nose last week and thought I farted, so I just put it out there. What are we wanting today with triple Liverpool and Moyes? Big results from Everton, Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, I'll take goals from Gakpo, Salah, and Trent. Really, I'm pretty easy. I do expect Slot to probably win both of his games, to be fair, but I just like the opportunity of the punt on Moyes, to be honest. Sally, all you got to do is look at my team. Just look at my team, man. I can see the logic, but come on. You got to trust in old David Moyes, haven't you? The chat's going really quick, so sorry if I miss any of your messages. Start 2 from Ahmad, Wood, Rogers, and Sells. I'd start Wood and Rogers and Sells. I think for a lot of people as well, it's not a decision of who scores the most points out of Moyes and Slot. It's also a decision between who scores the most points out of triple Liverpool plus Moyes or 2 Liverpool players plus Slot. Does that make sense? You look like Rudolph. Yeah, I've always got a bloody red nose. It's winter time, mate. That's how it is. It's not that bad today either. Could I sell Robinson for someone to get some funds for David Moyes? No, because there's a chance that Robinson doubles next week. I'm sure there's someone else in your team you could get some funds from, though. I didn't want to go that far, Cameron or Cayman, but that's certainly where I was leading to with my tissue comment. What do you think, Moyes? Well, of course, but any player can get 0 points, right? I'm not my job is not to if your gut feeling is that the best assistant manager is Slot, you should probably go for Slot. Because the last thing you want, I've said this since early on, but the last thing you want is some bloke on YouTube convincing you to go against your like natural gut instinct and then it not pay off. If you stuck with your gut and it didn't pay off, you'd be less annoyed than if you went with Moyes and it didn't pay off, if that makes sense. I've told you my reason for going for David Moyes, and my logic is I feel my logic is sound for it. But if you are like really hesitant to do it because you don't believe he'll score points, go for Slot. You know, the last thing I want to do is change someone's actual gut instinct. I just don't want to do that because you'd feel quite annoyed at yourself if you did that, I think. I just think you'll have an opportunity to use a triple captain later on, mate, because the triple captain is, in my mind, the weakest chip. I used it on a single game week earlier on in the season and got a hat trick. So I'm just on Moyes. I like the points potential you get. The potential upside. Arav, I don't know, man. My jacket's not here because it's nice and warm in my flat this morning. And I don't know where Jess is. I sold Kanate to Mikalenko and brought in Slot. I don't like that, mate. I don't like it. You could have avoided a hit and just brought David Moyes in. I'm not going to answer that question, Ben. But if anyone in the chat fancies answering that one, then they can crack on. It would be amazing if Everton beat Liverpool. I just think the whole kind of narrative around the game as well, being the final Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, I think there's real logic there for an upset, or at least a draw. I do think Everton could get a draw out of that game. It does, Laura. You have to spend transfers on your managers, but to bring one in, it doesn't cost you anything. And obviously, you need the budget available to bring them in as well. Sells to Kepa next week to fund Watkins. Yeah, I don't hate it. We've also got a couple of weeks between now and the next game week as well. Only 0.2 million in the bank. You might be able to free up some money. Well, no one. I guess that's the thing about Gakpo. No one knows for sure that he's going to play. But I think of all of the Liverpool forwards that aren't Mo Salah, he is the most nailed, for sure. Excuse me. Bench Concert or Gabriel? Gabriel, probably. Yeah, I got a bit of stick, Arav, for talking about Duran's career. I must say. I can fully understand his reasonings for doing it. You know, he comes from Colombia. I can imagine that he didn't grow up very well off. But I don't know. I just feel when you're a professional athlete, you need to try and maximize your career as a professional athlete. And the money will come. You need to believe in yourself, in my opinion. And I think Duran should have stayed in the top level of football, to be honest. It's just my thoughts. Obviously, he is. I cannot sympathise with his situation, so it's hard for me to say. Good morning, Jess. Good to see you. Arav was asking about you. Chat, would you do Pickford for Raya or Mikalenko for Mazwari? I'll probably get Mikalenko in, mate, because Arsenal have a chance to double next week. Start Gabriel or Aina? I'd probably start Aina. Bloody hell, the chat's going absolutely mental. It's really hard to keep up with it. Sorry, guys, if I miss your messages. And if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like rating. We got 277 people in here at the moment. How many likes are we on? Let's have a quick check. Yeah, it's insane, isn't it, Jess? Appreciate that. I would start Lewis Hall, definitely. Only got 91 likes. Come on, guys. 277 of you in here. I've just answered that, man. Should I start Aina? We're only the same wavelength today. What does that mean? Big up, Sepher. Oh, I'm an early riser. What can I say? We're putting in the work, mate. If Spurs get the double and lose to the Bees, they should have a double treble week. Fair enough. Also, I'm gonna repeat my comment from earlier as well. I'm just gonna repeat my comment earlier, just for effect. There you go. Just a reminder. What Everton player worth going for? Mate, you don't want to be buying Idrissa Gueye or Decore. You don't want to be doing that. Ethan, mate, your comments are so weird, man. if you make any more like that, I'm just gonna put you in a sin bin for a few minutes, man. It's just weird. It doesn't offend me or anything. It's just strange. You couldn't pay. Well, imagine it. I don't even know if Ange is going to be in charge of Tottenham come that time, to be honest. Ethan's typing with one hand. Ethan and Paul, are you the same person? What are you talking about wavelength, Jess? What are we on the same wavelength about? You're the same person. I'm so confused. What is going on between Ethan and Paul? What is having a big Adam's apple a good thing? I don't know. Sell Gakpo for Wissa -8 and bring in mate. That is just absolutely outrageous. Why would you do that? Just keep Gakpo and get David Moyes. Paul, I am so lost as well, mate. This is going a bit weird. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna be very distracting. There we go. We'll do a quiz, shall we? I appreciate you guys doing that. Very distracting getting those kinds of messages. Who was the highest scoring player in Game Week 23? Oh, I got you, Jess. Nice one. Who was the highest scoring player in Game Week 23? I'll answer your FPL questions while the quiz is going on as well. Moyes just feels like he'll get 3 points this week. Well, last week, mate, he scored 19. All right, he scored 19 points for beating Brighton 1-0. So I don't think you can find that out, Eamon, just because you need the deadline to pass for all of that kind of data to update. So I don't think you'll be able to find that out. Ooh, my lights just flickered then. Hopefully I'm not going to have a power cut. Leave a like on the stream as well. I've done a quiz for you, look. How many likes are we on there? We done 100 yet? 119. Let's keep going, guys. Good to see you, Luke, mate. I hope you're doing well. The answer, I hope work's going well as well, mate. I won't say what company we both work for on stream, but I hope everything's well with you, man. It was Ouattara, scored 21 points. Well done, everyone that said Ouattara. Forgotten everything that happened last game week, mate. There's been so much so much has happened over the last few game weeks over the last few days in FPL that it's so hard to keep up with things. I think we are, Paul. I think we are. I don't know if you moderators can find out, but I'm pretty sure I've got it on subs only mode. Next question. Who is that? Who is that? Like the attitude, just say it as it is. It's just a game, innit, at the end of the day. I try and be as honest as I can about my thoughts and feelings, which some people might find a bit abrupt, but it's just me trying to help people with my opinion, really. So I appreciate that. We've also had some very strange comments in the chat, so... by the way, all of the players that I'll do on this silhouette thing are active Premier League players from FPL. I don't think this is Zlatan Ibrahimovic, though, I gotta say. Currently recovering in Bath. Love to hear it, mate. What did you get up to? What did you get up to on the works do last night? The answer, ladies and gentlemen, is enjoy. It's enjoy. What's been happening with me at work without giving away who we work for? I was really busy last week. I was dropped a bid to do. I had 3 days to turn around a bid, and the person that was leading it went off sick and I couldn't get hold of her. So I had to pick up a bid that I knew nothing about and submit it in 3 days. So I was working till like 6 p.m. on Friday last week. So that's been my story of the last couple of weeks. It was a bit crazy. What time is it where you are? It's 8:14 a.m. All right, so on the subject of David Moyes and Everton, how many Premier League clean sheets have Everton kept so far this season? I prefer not to say if that's all right, Wins. I prefer not to say. Answers are flying in. Bloody hell. The chat's going mental this morning. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you haven't already, please make sure to like the stream. Thoughts on Liverpool playing an informed Bournemouth away and the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park? Yeah, that is my thoughts, mate. I think there's a good narrative around the game for them to be relatively tough for Liverpool. I don't think they're two easy fixtures. And they're both away from home. Good to see Isaac. Paul's back. If you promise to behave, mate, I won't ban you. Heard your voice before my girlfriend's. Surely a good start to the day. Some people might say that, mate. If you can believe it, Everton kept 8 clean sheets last week this season. It was relatively normal this week, to be fair, Luke. I can't complain. Turns out, they started at 2 p.m, mate. You must have been off your rocker. I guess it was at Turtle Bay. Turtle Bay, the offers they have on their drinks are just insanity. So yeah, 8 clean sheets for Everton. So everyone's saying Everton are crap. They have kept the joint second most clean sheets in the league this season. Only Liverpool and Nottingham Forest have more. And they kept a clean sheet last week against Brighton as well to add to it. So. Who is that? What is the probability of going bald? Is that me going bald? I'd say quite low. My family don't have many bald men in it. There aren't many bald men in my family, to be fair. So I think I'll likely keep my hair. Also, I don't think I'm cut out for being bald. My ears stick out too much. Mate, Turtle Bay is a trap, man. They're so their whole business model is just to sell you cheap cocktails. I went for a meal with my swimming club there last year, and we had a 3-course meal, and they took 4 hours to give us the three courses because they just wanted us to buy as many drinks as possible. They purposely just kept us at the table and took ages to make us buy loads of drinks. Yeah, I was in there for 4 hours to just have 3 courses. It was insane. Look at us being the biggest Everton fans. Yeah, I guess this week I'm an Everton fan. And what was more annoying for me about Turtle Bay as well is that I don't even drink, really. So I wasn't actually drinking. I was just sat there for 4 hours waiting for my food. I think only one person has got this right so far. It's pretty niche. It's Alexis McAllister. So well done if anyone said Alexis McAllister. We had Gakpo as one of the players last week, so I didn't want to copy them across. I don't know. To be fair, with McAllister, his forearms are bigger than his biceps by the looks of it. Final question. How many clean sheets were kept last week in Gameweek 23? How many clean sheets were there? Hey, Jess, we have good days and bad days. We go again. I'll have one coming on tomorrow. I'll have one on tomorrow if you come on the stream tomorrow. I should have another quiz if I can get my words out. Were you out in the evening yesterday? I thought I saw you on the way home from school. I go Millfield. Well, I don't live in Glastonbury or Street, mate. I know where Millfield is. I'm actually coming to Millfield at the end of February to do a swimming competition. But no, I was not out. I was at training yesterday. I was in the pool and then I went home. So you didn't see me. Few guesses in for the amount of clean sheets. The answer's 4. I'll just make sure I counted it correctly. So Bournemouth obviously kept 1. Everton kept 1. 2. Arsenal kept 1. 3. Man United kept 1. 4. So 4 clean sheets last week. Yes, Arav, I've booked it, mate. I'm going to Pisa during the March international break. But there's not much to do in Pisa. So I'm going to go to Florence. So I'm going to fly to Pisa, take the train to Florence, and then go and see the Leaning Tower of Pisa on the way back. That's my plan. I booked that this week, so that's quite exciting. So if you want to see I'll do a live stream from the Duomo in Florence. How about that? Blessing, I'm taking FPL questions, mate. You got to ask me one. Of course I'll do a stream, mate. Why not? It was quite fun last time. Is it worth taking? Loads of mate. Have you, Bashir? Check my pinned comment, mate. I would get Moyes in if I had to take a hit to get Slot. I would not. I would not take a hit to get Slot if I could just do. Moyes in. I don't want to do a vlog though because I quite like just enjoying things rather than filming them. Yes. So any members that want to send in your FPL IDs, I'll just check to see if the tool. I'll put my score predictions on. How about that? We can look at my score predictions while we do this. I'm just going to see if the tool I use for team reviews has the assistant manager in. It doesn't have the ass man in there at the moment. But it's basically it's Moyes or Slot, isn't it? So I can work around that. Am I going to Florence with David Moyes, am I? Me and Moisey having a romantic trip. I'll tell you what, I'll take it to Florence if he beats Leicester and Liverpool this week. Why not? He can come with me. Right, here we go. Freddie's team. Mate, I would go for David Moyes. Absolutely. Triple Liverpool. Yeah, I'd just go with David Moyes, I think. I'd also consider Raya to Pickford too. I'd definitely go for David Moyes, I think, with that team. definitely. Harshit. Rise Pitfall already done, yeah. Get Moyes in, bro. Next question. Harshit 6495324. Yeah, I think Man City win, to be honest. This is Harshit's team. What would I do it? Just get slot in, mate. Oh no, you can't. You can't get Moyes in very easily. What would I do here? I'd do Jackson to Wissa and get Moyes in. That's what I'd do there. Jackson to Wissa, get Moyes in. There you go. Laura. I will definitely go live from Florence, Sally. Definitely will. It's during the international break though, so there won't be a whole lot of FPL to talk about. But I'll make sure to go live. I'll show you all the Duomo. How about that? What are we looking at here? Laura's team. Cheers, Jess. You've deleted them so quickly. I don't even know what the comment said, but I appreciate it. I'm going to delete that because I think that's cheeky. I think that's quite naughty, actually. Okay, fair enough. I was thinking, what would I do here? We've only got double Liverpool, to be fair. So you could get Trent in. You could do Aina to Trent. Downgrade Saar, maybe, and get Moyes in. Or just use the assistant manager and get Slot. I'd be inclined to just dump the assistant manager on Slot with this team, to be fair. I think I'll probably do that. I think I'd probably do that. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I think yeah, but you already had triple Liverpool, didn't you, Harshit? I'm just gonna see what my team is. FPL review setting to do with my team as well. That's fair enough, Harmony. I'm not scared, to be honest. I'm not doing that. I just think when you've got 2 consecutive double game weeks and the assistant manager is applied for 3, you may as well use it when there are 2 consecutive double game weeks. And I don't think Bournemouth away and Everton away is that good of a double game week for Liverpool. You might disagree, but that's my opinion. It's my honest opinion. Nothing biased about me already using my triple captain. I'm not saying you're saying I've done that either. I'm not accusing you of anything. Jess, what are the other? You might need to expand on that question. Are you talking next game week 25? I can flash that up in a second. I'm just seeing what I should do with my team. Next game week, yeah, got you. Give us 2 seconds and I'll show you guys something. Guys, we're not doing team reviews. We're only doing it for members to start. Utility massage. I'm well, man. I hope you are too. Right. So if we look at Rob T FPL. There we go. So the fixtures are not confirmed because it all depends on the Carabao Cup fixtures. I'm pretty sure it's the Carabao Cup, isn't it? So yeah, these are the odds. So Rob T FPL, you're probably already aware, is a guy that does FPL predictions using betting odds. So what we've got here is a percentage likelihood of teams to double based on their odds of getting through in the Carabao Cup. Because that's all we've got, basically. It's just predictions. So it's most likely to be Aston Villa and Liverpool. That's 60% likely. Fulham and Spurs both doubling is 25%. Villa and Liverpool, Arsenal and Chelsea, all 4 teams could double. That's a 10% chance. And then Fulham, Spurs, Arsenal and Chelsea, 4.2% chance. So those are the potential teams with a double game week. So hopefully that helps. We'll move over there. FPL review is not giving me stuff I'm happy about either. It's telling me to sell Cody Gakpo for Beto. I'm not sure I can do that. Let's move this up again. There we go. So I'm definitely keeping hold of my Fulham and Aston Villa players for sure. No, Jess, it depends on how much cash you've got for an assistant manager. But for me, I would, with the fact there are 2 consecutive double game weeks and the assistant manager is a chip you activate for 3 weeks, I think it absolutely makes sense to use the assistant manager this week. But I have already used my triple captain. Yeah, as Harmony saying, with that double in 25, there's going to be less opportunities for double game weeks later on in the season. It's likely to be only game week 33, but there will be a double game week for teams that get to the semi-final of the FA Cup as well. Just to bear that in mind. Or is the FA Cup this weekend? Oh, it's so confusing. There's so much going on. But again, I just personally think the triple captain is such a weak chip that I would prioritise getting the assistant manager used. For me to go from Moyes to Emery next week will be for a hit to free up some cash. I must say, I'm not sure I see the logic there, because could you not free up the cash in just one transfer? Peasant like, I do not enjoy the schedule planning personally. Sorry, Sally, if that kind of doesn't answer your question, but just trying to pry a little bit. What's the opinion on selling Diaz for Slot? Yeah, I'm not massive on Diaz, to be fair. I'd consider it. Would you take out Gakpo for Watkins, then use assistant manager on Slot? Yeah, it's not too bad of an idea, to be fair. Would you play Aina over Hall or Gabriel? I'd play Aina over Gabriel. They've kept 9 clean sheets this season of Forest. I know their last 2 games have not been great, but I'd still back them. TRFC, I am also preying on an Everton masterclass, mate. Gakpo to Njai to free up cash? No, I just get Moyes in, mate. I think I'd just get Moyes in. How do people feel about Alisson to Pickford? I actually don't hate that. Sorry, Hillbilly. We're done with team reviews for now. I would not sell Cole Palmer. Bro, why are all your questions about my appearance? Mate, I get in the shower, I use a hairdryer, and my hair goes like this. That's how I style my hair. And it's the same every day, pretty much. Wood to Wissa for free. I think it is a week early. It's a bit of a luxury. I wouldn't be transferring between single game week players ahead of 2 double game weeks, mate. Absolutely, Shiva. I don't think he necessarily starts all 4 games, to be fair, but I think he gets good minutes. I mean, outside of Salah, he is the in-form Liverpool player, definitely. I came to the realisation that FPL becomes about managing. Yeah, absolutely. No one knows if Raya will play. Arteta has been deliberately coy about it. Any Everton players worth a hit? The only one I'd say is Moyes, mate, to be honest. I'd just maybe Pickford as well, depending on who your goalkeeper is. Bear with, I'm just going to blow my nose again. I need to go run and get a tissue. Yeah, whenever it seems, because I've got a, you can't see, but because I've got a really bright light above me, whenever I look at it, it makes me want to sneeze. Check your DMs in like 15 seconds. All right, when I get a chance, I'll check. Oh, by the way, I can't. I don't think I can advertise this on my channel, but you've got 314 people watching, Ben. My friend Ben has quite an interesting business that he's just started that some people in this chat might be interested in. So if you want to tell people in the chat about your new business, Ben, go for it. I can't advertise it though for obvious reasons on here, but you have the opportunity if you fancy it. Oh yeah, my calendar is still on January. We got to change that, haven't we? Thanks for that. It is February now, isn't it? Oh. Oh, Paul, I'm really sorry to hear that, mate. Oh, that's really sad. I'm sorry, man. That is sad. I hope you're all good, mate. Wishing you and the family well. Well done for your stream with Gary the other night. Cheers, man. He's a good guy, isn't he, old Gary? Yellow Army, I will repeat my comment earlier about the arse man on slot. There you go. Yeah, sorry to hear that, poor man. They are, aren't they? Pets are a part of the family. They just are. Abbas from Toronto. Good to see you, mate. I hope it's not offensive me carrying on with the chat when you've just broke that news, Paul. I got so many messages coming in. It sounds like I feel non-sympathetic to your comment, me just carrying on with the stream. But yeah, I do feel for you, man. If you are, well, yeah. I think you've got me on Twitter. If you want to have a chat on there, mate, feel free. Is David Moyes injured? He is not injured, mate. Would you transfer Foden to Rogers/Carl Ivert to fund slot? Yeah, I think I would, you know. Or it depends if you can get Moyes in instead. All depends if you can get Moyes in. Should I take a hit to sell Munoz to Mikalenko for the double? No, I just play Lewis Hall, mate. I just play Lewis Hall. Hey, my pleasure, Paul. Again, sorry if it's a bit insensitive me carrying on with the chat, but my thoughts are with you, mate. I've never met Let's Talk FPL. No, he lives in Ireland, mate. He lives in another country. I've gone for Moyes because I like the points potential you get from the big games, and I don't have enough money to get Arnie Slot, and I already have 3 Liverpool players, so I can't do it. Although he did say that he was born in Bristol, which is where I live, so I thought that was pretty cool. I'm unsure what to do. I brought in Gakpo earlier this week. Still got 1 free transfer. I much prefer Gakpo, Rogers, Moyes there, mate. What tweet's that, Abbas? I haven't seen it. Let's have a quick look. Oh yeah, David William Moyes. Yeah, he played for Bristol City. He did. He's a Bristol City legend, as old David Moyes. Aaron, you don't start your manager. He's just in. You don't need to do anything. Interesting. I've not seen. You're the first person, Liam, I've ever said that says they don't like Andy. I find Andy very likable. I don't think he does anything to make people dislike him, really, to be honest. FPL equilibrium. What are we talking? Would you prefer assistant manager chip or triple? For me, assistant manager, mate. I think the triple captain is overrated, in my opinion. I use mine early on in the season because I just want to get rid of it because I just never have any luck with it. Paul, I don't really have a whole lot of time to watch other FPL content creators. I'll be totally honest with you. Do you watch the UFC? I do, mate. I try my best to watch it, or at least the highlights of it. Gabriel Dean, I'd probably go Luca Dean this week. What are you thinking with Moyes? Well, I can't afford Slot. I've got 3 Liverpool players already, and I think the opportunity to have an assistant manager with a tough game in a double game week, the points that are on the table for it, I think it makes sense. Is assistant manager essential? I think it's pretty close to being this week. I really do. 2 double game weeks in a row, guaranteed, for a chip that lasts 3 game weeks. I just think it makes a lot of sense, personally. I do have no Everton players in my team, Eddie, because yeah, I'd really have consider getting Pickford in, to be honest. I'd consider getting Pickford in. Sorry, it's really hard to it's really hard to read comments that are long when the chat goes so quickly. So apologies if I miss a comment that's like a paragraph, because it's really hard. When it's quite busy, try and keep them short. That might help me. Yeah, Moyes scored 19 points, mate. He got 19 points last week. I'm seeing through this, mate. If I've got it wrong on Isaac, then I'm sorry, but I think you've been taking the mickey out of people with those comments, mate. Unless I've got it totally wrong, I apologise, but I think you're taking the mickey out of people with those comments. Would you play Timber Greaves or Kirkez? I have Gabriel and Trent. I'd probably play Greaves. It's Greaves or Kirkez, I think. Especially if you've already got Gabriel going. I wouldn't play double Arsenal. It's tough, though. What do the chat think about Greaves or Kirkez? Start Guardiola or Gabriel? Oh, that's tough. Why not start them both? Do you think Alisson will play all four? I think so. Yeah. It just depends if he gets injured. He's quite injury prone now, is Alisson, to be fair. Steve, probably not for me. I would use the assistant manager. If there was a chip, if you're asking me about chips, I'm using mine on Moyes. I'm using mine on assistant manager, sorry. I quite like Pickford and slot man like Kizaki out of those two. Greaves is going to get forward. I'm not sure, man. He's a centre-back. He's not the most attacking player. I mean, his attacking data is not great this season. But he does have Southampton, to be fair. Who are... I still think they're the worst team in Premier League history, right? Is Moyes a decent pick? I think Moyes is a decent pick this week, and then you use your transfer on assistant manager. That would be my thoughts. Yeah, it must be really early in Toronto. What are you doing up at this time, man? Or are you still awake? João Pedro to enjoy. I actually don't hate that, you know. And then next week, if Fulham have a double game week, you can go enjoy to Raul Jimenez. So actually, I don't hate that. Mate, an Everton v Liverpool upset would be absolutely massive. I don't talk politics on this channel, mate. I'm just not interested in the main, to be honest. I have 2 free transfers. Who would you do? Gakpo and Sarr out. Wisser and... No, I'd just get David Moyes in, mate. Who to start out of Robinson, Colwill, Mikalenko, Hall and Timber? Mikalenko, Hall, Colwill. Yeah, go on then. Yeah, do that. I think if you have 3 Liverpool players, go to Moyes. If you have 2, yeah, I agree. It's quite simple, isn't it? Fair enough, Justin. That is commitment. I went to bed early last night as well because I was up early for this stream. I think Hurts fair enough. Moyes or Slot? I think if you got the funds, get Slot, to be honest, mate. Got the funds and not triple Liverpool. JJ Games, just look at my team, mate. My team, that's your decision made in my mind. Oh, sorry, that's my opinion on your decision. Mbov, appreciate the donation, my friend. 2 free transfers, Gordon to Mbumo, / Mooney's out, or just hold. Any transfers I'd make this week would be in preparation for the double. And if I wouldn't make any other transfers, to be honest. Because there's so much happening over the next couple of weeks. Yeah, that'd be my thoughts. Alanga or Ismail Assar to start. Gut feel is Alanga there. Would you sell Wood for Gakpo? I don't hate that, to be honest. Start Rodgers or Ahmad? It would be Rodgers for me. Mbumo in for Gordon, -4, or wait till next week? Absolutely wait till next week, mate. Definitely wait till next week. I need a good 4.2 million asset. In which position, mate? Would you sell Gordon for Clivert to get slot? I would probably go for... I'll probably go for Moyes in your position, mate. 4.2 million defender. Oh, bloody hell. Greaves. There's really not many defenders at that price, to be honest. Or maybe Anderson if you can get him at Fulham, because he might double next week. Personally, Barry, I would use the assistant manager. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Semenyo over Clivert. I don't think it's worth the transfer to swap them, but I do think Clivert's better than Semenyo. Slot in which one out of Trent or Gakpo? Gakpo for me, I think. Even though I've got Trent, I'd be questioning Liverpool clean sheets this week. Bournemouth, I think they struggle. Everton, I think, could get a result against them, which is why I've gone for Moyes. Oh, -4 for Moyes or triple captain. That's really tough. What do people think on Shishir Gaming's comment there? Would you take the hit to get David Moyes in or use your triple captain? Oh, mate. Game week 30 wildcard. Why are you... Honestly, the best advice I can give you is do not think about game week 30. That's so far away that you just cannot possibly predict what's going to happen between now and then. And I think you're wasting your time. Have a rough idea of the players you want, but do nothing more than that, mate. That would be my idea. Why would you go for Moyes instead of Slot? Well, I've got triple Liverpool already. I can't afford him. And I also like the idea of potential upsets because there are so many points available if you get an upset of a result. What do you think the answer to that question is, Paul? Honestly. If you ask stupid questions, you're going to get stupid answers. I was going to check something then. I forgot what I was going to check. The chat's going so fast. I want to do something to answer someone's question and then I get distracted and I lose it. Yeah, I've forgotten what I was going to do. Zeds, I would just get Moyes in, mate, if it avoids the hit. What's the logic between the -8? Is it to free up funds? -4 to change Robinson for Mikalenko or wait for Fulham DG. I wouldn't do that just with the likelihood of a Fulham double game week. I also don't really back Mikalenko all that much. Ahmad or Rodgers? Rodgers for me. I just get Moyes in, Zed, instead of taking the hit. Pizza or kebab? I've genuinely got no preference on that, to be honest. Can't beat a good kebab, and you can't beat a good pizza either. I don't know. What does the chat think on pizza versus kebab? That's a big debate, that. Oh, I had a good pizza last week. I went out for dinner on Saturday night last week and I had a cracking pizza. Hall to Mikalenko or get money from Moyes? I'd get money from Moyes, mate. Oh, sorry. Hall to Mikalenko to get money from Moyes. Yeah, I don't hate it. I really like Lewis Hall, though. I'd be loath to sell Lewis Hall. Yeah, Boxing Hotspur. That makes sense, mate. Starting Trent and Mikalenko in my back three. Last spot is between Hall, Gabriel, and Munoz. I would go for Hall, mate. Also starting Foden. Yeah, fair enough. 3 Liverpool or assistant manager slot. For me, mate, I'd have 3 Liverpool, I think. But that's my opinion. Now I have my... Oh, Harmony's got a pizza oven. You have to invite us round, Harmony, for For a pizza in the pizza oven. You can't beat a pizza oven pizza. Sell Gakpo to get slot. I have 4 free transfers, so no hits. No, I just get Moyes in. You want to keep hold of those transfers for later game weeks, I reckon. Harry's Army. Good to see you, mate. How many likes are we on now, by the way? 315 people in the stream. It's been absolutely massive today. So I appreciate every single one of you joining. I hope you've had a good time in my live stream as well. If you have, please leave us a like rating. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes. Come on, we're on 168. I'd be very grateful if we could hit 200 likes. So yeah, if you're finding me entertaining, give us a like. I'm just going to blow my nose a second. Bear with. Yeah, peasant like. I cook all my food, mate. I like knowing the ingredients that go in my food, and my diet's quite important to me. So yeah, I cook as much as I can. Maybe go out a couple times a month for food. But yeah, saves you money and you know what's in it. So usually I cook for myself. Good to see you, Sebastian. I've also, as some people who follow me on Twitter would know, I've got a Lidl quite near where I live, and they've been selling steaks for pretty cheap. So I've had a lot of steak recently, and it's been amazing. We all love steak. Barry, I agree. I think it's a tough double game week for Liverpool. Deadline is 11 a.m. UK time, so basically 2 hours time. I thought I'd go live early. I always go live early now for the deadlines to catch people in different time zones. Start Cliver or Milenkovic. I'd always favour the attacker, mate. When you cook, how do you order and what's the bill? Mate, I just go to Lidl and buy my ingredients. I don't know. With food, I don't really think about the price either. Like, you just buy food, don't you? You buy, like, I guess I do think about price, but I couldn't tell you, like, what my latest food bill is. I just buy food that I want to eat. I don't mind Luca Dean, actually. I don't mind Luca Dean. He is the biggest troll in FPL history, though, but I don't mind him. -4 this week to get Gakpo out for Watkins or slot, or Trent out for slot. I just get Moyes in, mate. You see the pin comment? Check my pin comment, man. João Pedro to Wissa, wouldn't take a hit for that, mate. He's not got a double game week, so I wouldn't take a hit. I know normally you should vice captain a player from another team, but surely second Liverpool vice captain has to be the player. Yeah, it does. I've just realised I've got. Nice one, Luke. I live in Bristol now. I don't know if I shared that, but yeah, take care, mate. Drink lots of water. Get some fresh air. Do you think Watkins will be worth a look? Absolutely, because he's also likely to have a double game week next week. Tell people in your team at work that I said hello, by the way, Luke. Just don't tell them that I'm a YouTuber. I'm trying to keep it a little bit quiet, to be honest, because I don't think it would go. I don't know. I'm sure it'd go down well, all right, but I just don't want like the reputation that comes with that, to be honest. Yeah, Bristol's got a pretty, well, for the kind of music I like, it's got a really good music scene, yeah. Is Raya going to play, or should I get Pickford for a -4? I'm not sure. I'd probably get... Ooh. Who's your bench keeper? That's quite an interesting one, actually. Raya or swap? Bristol, best city in the UK. Love to hear it, mate. Yeah, it sounds boring, peasant-like, but honestly, I've got like 4 or 5 meals that I just have on regular rotation. That's also like the secret, really, to being healthy, I think, is just to have 4 or 5 nutritious meals that you eat on rotation, really. Sorry, Barry, we're kind of done with team reviews now. I'll probably be live for another 15 minutes or so, and then I'll shoot off if that's okay. Because it's leg day today, ladies and gentlemen. It's leg day to celebrate using Arseman. So I'm going to do squats because my Arseman is active and I'm going to become an Arseman. That's what's going to happen. Saturday is usually leg day for me because it's after all my swim training's done. So I don't have to worry about using my legs in the pool. Peasant like, how old are you? What about the spare ingredient? Mate, have you not? How old are you, my friend? Saturday is stay in bed day. Not for me, mate. I've been live since 7:30 a.m. I'm off to the gym after this, and then I'll be making a video this evening. So it's not stay in bed day for me. I find staying in bed drives me mental, to be honest, and leads to me feeling a bit depressed, to be honest. No, I don't think I'd consider Njai, really. There's some scenarios where I would, but I just can't get excited about him, to be honest. Probably because I just don't need him in my team, really. If I had João Pedro, I'd consider it, but that's about it. What about all the spare ingredients? Well, you just buy... Well, if you go to a supermarket, mate, and you go to like the vegetable aisle and you can buy 1 pepper or like 1 potato, you're not really going to have much waste if you do that. So that's what I do. I buy the correct amount of food that I need, if that makes sense. And also, like, chucking away vegetables, it's fine. I just don't like the idea of throwing away meat. It feels... I'm not a vegetarian, but I do respect animals. And the idea of wasting meat, like an animal dying for you to chuck it in the bin, feels pretty wrong. So I try not to waste meat where I can. That's kind of one rule I have. There you go. How boring was that? And you can just freeze it, exactly. God, the conversation has transcended FPL. We've gone into a different level. Captaincy on Isak. I would not do that this week, mate. Yeah, I don't know about Arteta, Harry's army, to be honest. I don't know about Raya, sorry, to be honest with you, mate. I do not know. I do not know. How many likes are we on? We hit 200 yet? Have we hit 200? $193. Come on, guys. 7 likes away from 200. Mean the world if we could hit 200 likes before the end of the stream. I hope everyone's enjoyed the stream, by the way. I'll be live for another quarter of an hour or so, and then I'm going to sign off if that's all right. Yeah, but that's why I want to use it this week, Ryan, because you've got 2 consecutive double game weeks, right? Asda need to do something where you choose the meals you want. What? Do you not go... I really don't understand your questions, mate. Do you not just go to the supermarket and with a list of things you want to buy and buy them? But I don't know. I think of the meals I want to eat throughout the week. What food, what ingredients do I need for those meals? I write them on a piece of paper. I then go to the supermarket. I buy the things that are on the piece of paper. I come home with the food and I cook the food. That's the step-by-step guide for grocery shopping, mate. There you go. I've taught you how to do grocery shopping now. I hope that helps, mate. Yeah, just have a list, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've missed a step. What do you do with the piece of paper? In fact, here's my grocery list, right? So I have an A4 piece of paper. This is what I bought on my last grocery shop. I don't know if you can see that. And I fold it multiple times so you can make multiple shopping lists from one piece of paper if you fold it up. It's absolute magic, this. And then what you do is you walk around the grocery shop or you walk around the supermarket with your list, right? And you go to the aisle with the things you want, put them in your basket, and leave the shop. Come on, man. That's worth a super chat, that kind of advice, mate. Well, why do you cook so many different meals, peasant? I don't get it. Come on, like having 5 different meals is quite a lot of variety, I think. Anyway, we'll stop talking about that now. I've given you absolute life advice there. We've had like 50 people leave the stream, by the way, since I started talking about my grocery shopping. I can't believe we just spoke about that. Lalek, sorry, mate. I got distracted with the grocery shopping comments. No, your assistant manager is, as far as I know, they're there. They're not benched. They're just there. Peasant, like, honestly, mate, if I don't see a super chat from you for this life-changing shopping list advice. Mate, thank you, Gary. I appreciate that, mate. You can be nutritious and have 5 different meals. Like, all you need for a nutritious meal is some protein, some carbohydrates, and some vegetables. That's all you need. That's a nutritious meal right there. What to do with 3 Everton and Liverpool assets? Enjoy your game week, mate. You're set. That's what you do. You put the captaincy on Salah. You sit back. You put your feet up. Get ready. Get ready to score some points. Steve Green, I don't hate that. I think I would bring in Pickford. Not sure I'd bring in Njai. Not sure I'd do Njai. Mohamed's got 2 Liverpool assets and 2 assets from Everton. Triple captaining Salah. But I think of selling Gabriel to Mykolenko for a hit. Nah. Do not get rid of Gabriel for a hit. I wouldn't do that to free up cash, mate. I'd just get Moyes in. If you want to buy Mykolenko, why would you not get David Moyes? Hi, Tom. What do you think I did? -4, Wood out to enjoy, and have Pickford got Moyes in next week. I'm not sure I'd have taken the hit. I would probably leave my team as it is, based on what you've said to me now. I wouldn't do anything for the rest of the week. Raya to Pickford, Gordon to Mbumo. I'd keep Gordon. I'd probably sell Raya. Yes, you could buy Mbumo this week, but I think with the 2 double game weeks, you're best off saving your transfers to get in double game week players, to be honest. And because we don't know who's doubling in 25 yet, you probably should save the transfer. I'm going to open my blinds a second. Very grey in the UK today. It's a bit grey. Liam is on the coach. We love it, mate. We absolutely love it. Get the deadline stream playing on the coach, mate. Liam's answered that question for you, Harry. He's on the coach. We've got Oxford away. That's our game today. Liam's on his way there. I hope it goes well for you, mate. I hope they get a result. I think Tottenham can... Genuinely, this might sound a mental opinion, but with Romero and Van de Ven at centre-back, I think Tottenham can get a result against anyone. I'd back them with those 2. But without them, they're absolute pony, aren't they? Let's be honest. So it all depends on if the two centre-backs are fit for Tottenham, I think. And seeing that they're potentially in for Tomori, I don't know how true that was. Someone put it in the comments. I think that'd be a great signing for them. I'm not sure they're back, no. But I'm just saying, I'm speculating if they are, then Tottenham become a decent team again. I just think the high line that they play, the legs that Romero and pace that Van de Ven have, they're just a lot better. If you had to use triple captain this week or risk it and wait until game week 25, Liverpool double, I would use the assistant manager, mate. I'm going to stop replying to your comments, peasant-like, because they just don't make sense. You can have the same meal every day and still be nutritious, mate. Imagine they rush back, exactly. And also, I would question, do you think Ange Postecoglou's style of play has caused his players to become injured? Because he's got probably the longest injury list in the league. Do you think that's somewhat down to his style of play? OG is getting ass in Game Week 24. Love to see it. And by the way, that's not a rude word because it's actually contextual around assistant manager, isn't it? I see, Med. I would probably use it this week. Just get it out of the way, mate. I would. I'd just get it out of the way. It's not 100% guaranteed that Liverpool double next week, so I would probably use it this week and get it out of the way. Sebastian, for me, probably not, because I think the upside of picking managers against higher teams with the assistant manager is better, to be honest. Warren Moodley, I think it was worth it, mate, and I wish you the best of luck. I would bench Timber and Martinelli, if it were me. Timber and Martinelli, I would bench. Hi, mate. I bought in Gakpo for his 16-pointer. Love it. I did too. Lee, it's good to have you back as a member, my friend. Thank you, mate. I noticed you dropped off, but I didn't want to say anything because it's completely your choice as to whether you want to be a member. And I'm not going to have it against anyone for dropping out. It's just good to see you in the chat, and I'm glad you've signed up again. I appreciate you, my friend. No worries, mate. You do you, man. You do you. I appreciate your support. I'm very grateful. Play Robinson or Gabriel. I'd probably play Gabriel, and I'd play Wood and Rogers. I think everyone's playing the assistant manager this week. I'm going to stream for 5 more minutes, if that's all right. Because it'll have been 2 hours then. And also, I'm going to go off my team now. All that broke. If you want to ask me non-FPL questions, now's your chance. Ooh, Lee, of course. We'll do that. While we're here, bro, that's a benefit you get, my friend. Oh, the game's updating. We're going to have to wait. If anyone wants to talk about non-FPL things, you're very welcome to while we wait. Omar, I wouldn't do it, mate. I'd just get Moyes in. I'd just get Moyes in. I think it'll be Rob Dickie. Liam, I think it'd be Rob Dickie, and then we'll be in real trouble. I wouldn't bring in Marmoush, mate. Why would you bring in Marmoush? Now, I know he's a great player, but I just wouldn't do it. With all of the stuff that's going on in FPL, you want to buy a Man City player. I'm not sure it's worth it, mate. Stuart Armstrong, he's all right, mate. Not anymore, peasant-like. No, I don't. I can't actually press save for some reason, Lee, but I'm assuming this is your team. I don't think you need to do anything here. It's just a case of using your assistant manager. I would probably use my assistant manager if it was me on David Moyes. I did say, Barry, that you could ask me non-FPL questions, to be fair, but that's quite a personal one. You're lucky I answered it. Ah, 0 money in the bank. I see. I would probably do Fleck. I'd probably get rid of Raya, to be honest. I'd either get rid of Raya. I'd consider doing that. Maybe getting rid of Aina as well. Or Flecken even. Yeah, Alex, of course. I would definitely try and find the Cashley if I could. Yeah, go for it. But then Raya's a bit... Excuse me, Raya's a bit of a doubt. So you could potentially do Raya to Pickford. Sorry, Alex, I'm trying, mate. The game's frozen at the moment. My 5 dishes, I've got a salmon dish, I've got a steak dish, a curry one, a stir fry one, and then like a chicken thing that I make. And those are my 5 dishes. They're all pretty nutritious, nice and balanced, does the job. I can't load your team, I'm afraid, Alex. And then on a Sunday, I go home for a roast dinner, usually. Because I've got to go in a second, Alex, I'm afraid. We'll try it one more time. Yeah, I have butter chicken, mate. It's incredible. There we go. And butter is good for you, by the way, before anyone says. As long as you have actual butter, it's good for you. I think this is a great team, Alex. I'd consider downgrading Ismail Assar if you need money to get an assistant manager in, and I play the assistant manager this week. That'd be my thoughts. Hopefully that helps. Well, I didn't say what was in the dishes, mate. The salmon, the steak, they've all got vegetables with them. I put vegetables in my stir fry. I put vegetables in my curry. Yeah, Sarta Dango to buy Moyes. I love that. That sounds great. Also, I've grown out a little bit of facial hair. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the stubble goatee? Do I look a little bit older than 12 years old now? No, I've actually got a bit of stubble on my face. No Notion Vids. We just did some members team reviews. Thank you, Harry's Army. I appreciate that. Oh, these guys just asking me about food all the time? I don't know, bro. Probably. Well, I looked on my Lidl Plus app, and it was about 250 quid. About 250, 300 quid a month on food I'll probably spend, I'd say. Good to see you, Lloyd, mate. I'm unfortunately literally just about to sign off. But I'll be live for a couple more minutes. A -8 to do Gakpo to Njai. That seems mental to me. FPL Tom, good to see you. I'm literally about to sign off, mate, but I hope you're well. Ooh, assistant manager next week. I'm not sure. I'm all about the arse man this week. I'm all about the arse man this week. Alexander, I don't see the point in bringing in a single game week player this week, to be honest. It would be quite fun to captain David Moyes, wouldn't it? What about water though, peasant? Like, what about hydration as well? Andy, good to see you. I'm literally just about to sign off though, I'm afraid. Should we go and find someone to raid? See if anyone else is live a second. Let's see if anyone's live. We'll pick someone to raid. I won't, if it's alright, I won't go for one of the big guys. Who should we go and watch? I'm guessing Tom's done if he's in the chat. Who should we pick on? Should we go FPL fan? If anyone's still about, go and join FPL fans team. Tell him I sent you. Oh, go to MV. Okay, go to FPL MV then. Over 2 hours. Go and raid FPL MV. Tell him I sent you. I'll put it in all caps because I'm keen. Let's go over to him. I must have missed him when I was scrolling. My bad. Go and raid him. Tell him I sent you. Bear with. Oh, right. I'm done. Live for 2 hours pretty much. That was heavy. Assist the Arse Man is active on David Moyes. There's my team. Salah captain. Bosh. See you later.